Hi everyone and welcome to Just Love. My name is Paula and I'm here with Judy. Hi Judy.
Hi Paula, hi everyone.
Our last episode was entitled Right-Wing Politics and Religion Rule the World. So Judy, my question here is why right-wing politics, that was a bit of a mouthful, and not left-wing politics? So from the outside, they appear to be opposing each other, but in the grand scheme of things, they are working together. This is something that has been labelled the horseshoe effect. So can you talk to us about this? It does get a little confusing.
Yes, Paula, it sure does get confusing because the planetary controllers, the Repterrans, are behind both of them, just as they're behind the seemingly opposed Catholic Church and the Freemasons. This is specifically to confuse people and cause divisiveness. The role or agenda of the Repterrans is to keep us divided and therefore weak. I've made a point of extreme right-wing politics because that's the side doing its best to make a comeback right now.
Okay.
People assume that Nazism and fascism ended with the seeming defeat of Hitler at the end of World War II, but it just went underground, with extreme left stepping in to take its place, with Russia overrunning so many countries in Europe. Extreme right is now making a comeback. I can see it happening here in Australia, and it's very evident in other countries as well. The planetary controllers are secretly behind both political extremes, specifically to cause divisiveness, just as they're behind both Catholicism and Freemasonry. This is why it didn't surprise me to read in Gabriel Piedra's book how the two work together behind the scenes. I have a great uncle who was a priest, but was also deeply involved in Freemasonry, which I'd never been able to figure out, but now I understand. This great uncle of mine's mother was born in South America. I think she had a Spanish background as she was a flamenco dancer. She was also a psychic and a clairvoyant, and that's the side of the family that I take after. Her daughter was my twin, although separated by 2 generations. Her son, my uncle or great-uncle, had a deeper way of looking at things, thanks to his mum. He was also into religion, hence his decision to become a priest, but traditional Catholicism would have lacked some of what he sought. I found the same thing as I got older. Like him, I felt drawn to religion, seeking something deeper within it, but ended up feeling a level of dissatisfaction. It just didn't answer the myriad questions I had about past life memories, as well as my awareness of the ET contact in my life. But yes, the Repterrans are right in there, up to their ears, the controllers behind all Earth-human controllers such as religion and politics. Needless to say, they're also firmly behind extreme left-wing politics as well, which is basically no different from right-wing, in that it's highly repressive and out to control the world. One only has to look at Russia, China and North Korea. That Kim Jong-un guy in North Korea is an absolute nutcase and a total bully.
All right, well, just going back to the Freemasons, so they're a wonderful, caring people, like devoted to working for that organisation in roles assisting the community. I wanted to find out what Google said about the Freemasons, and this is what it says. So it says, Freemasonry is not a religion. It's the world's oldest fraternal organisation, a philosophical and charitable society that requires members to believe in a higher power. Lodges operate similarly to community centres, offering a space for members to socialise, perform charitable work and engage in self-improvement. So, in all of that, I mean, obviously the people that work there in the community don't know that it's had nefarious agendas, or it does have nefarious agendas. I'm really not sure. So, yes, I'm confused. What is it? So, like, I know now it's not all a male organisation because females work there as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, so what's all that about?
Well, even that's an improvement. That's a change that's come about. I find all this highly confusing too. And what is said about Freemasonry can also be said about religion. As I mentioned before, my great-uncle was a priest, but also quite high up in Freemasonry as well. My feeling is that it's similar to religion. By that I mean it's polarized, as everything on earth is.
Okay.
Both you and I have been brought up Catholic, in Catholicism, and you had an aunt who was a nun.
Mm-hmm.
Religion has done a lot of good work on earth, not taking it away. I found the nuns to be good people who were truly caring, and all the priests I've known have been the same. Generally, those who are drawn to joining the church, and here I'm referring to all religions, not just Catholicism, are good people with the right intentions. My feeling is that the problem lies in the polarisation on this whole planet and how it's often the more controlling ones who get into positions of authority. It's the same in many work and even sports situations. The ordinary employees or team members are just decent people doing their best. But those who get into positions of control and power are not always so well-intentioned. A perfect example is that former Pope during World War II who supported Hitler and the Nazis.
Yes, okay. And also here, you often talk about the fundamentalist religion.
Yeah.
And so obviously just wanted to highlight that, yes, the people who are in the fundamentalist religions are good, well-intended people, but it's the people at the top who are the ones...
the ones doing the wrong stuff.
Doing not good.
Yeah, because I had a friend who was in charismatic Christianity very deeply, and she got out because of what she could see was going on at the top.
Yeah, okay. So what do you think the connection is there with Masonry and Catholic priests?
Well, in the case of my great-uncle, he'd obviously inherited some of his mother's psychic abilities, and he was aware of the amount of wrong information being put out in traditional religion. He knew and spoke about what happened when the official church was created under the Roman emperors Constantine and Justinian, how so much of real value that Jesus had introduced was removed. He also had conscious awareness that God is not a 3D being up on a cloud somewhere or in a heaven that's separate from us down here. He was aware of the fact that we all have the God essence within us, right here, right now. He was also open to the fact of reincarnation, that Jesus had taught about it. But when the religion of Catholicism was created by the Roman government, such teachings were removed. He actually wrote about all of this and tried to change it. Perhaps in Freemasonry he found these more esoteric understandings that were missing from traditional religion. It obviously satisfied something within him that was missing from religion. As I said before, I was exactly the same. I must have taken after him there. I had past life memories right from childhood, along with an awareness of a connection with other beings, not of earth. This raised so many questions for me that religion just didn't or couldn't answer. After primary school, I tried out a few other religions, but none of them satisfied me, so I ended up returning to Catholicism until my ET family intervened and guided me into meditation.
Wow. So, Judy, what are your final thoughts on all of this?
Well, basically what we said earlier, that Earth is such a polarised planet, so there are going to be positive and negative aspects to everything that has been set up by Earth humans. My belief is that the majority of Earth humans are good people who just want the best for themselves and their families. The problem is so few know about the planetary controllers and their major role in religion, politics, and in fact all organisations on Earth created specifically to keep us distracted, dumbed down and divided, and therefore weak as a planetary population. They're behind everything on Earth, the fashion industry, the music industry, the entertainment industry, business, commerce, religion, education, politics. Hence, it's all the chaos, competition, judgement, prejudice and warfare. All of this is to keep us weak, distracted and divided as a planetary people. They're very much behind the field in ufology, which they've turned into a major battleground full of lies, disinformation and fear. As the ETs tell us, we need to wake up.
Wake up. That's for sure. So you can really pick up on all the distractions and lies being told in the ufology field, which we talk about here in our podcasts. And Judy talks about it in her books as well. So if you'd like to read more about all of this, Judy's books can be accessed from Amazon through her website listed below, and they are
Human by Day, Theta by Night, followed by The Zeta Message, then Extraterrestrial Presence on Earth, Lessons in History, and my two most recent books, both Kindle editions, and both also available in German, An Interview with an Alien, Comments by an Undercover ET, and Cosmic Spirituality, Blending Religion and Science in Oneness from an Off-Planet Perspective.
Thank you. Thanks. And thanks everyone for listening. Please share, like and subscribe. And sending you all much love. And bye for now.